Hello, today I have a message for Jason. So thank you to Jason for requesting this message. It is called Moving Toward a Gift. Okay, so the short version is you're moving toward a gift. As you move toward the gift, you encounter every thought that would have you move away from the gift. When you feel hollowed out, it's because you are allowing what you don't need to be cleared away. When you feel cluttered, it's because you are allowing the resonance of what you're attached to make itself known. During the whole process, the gift is shining here. Okay, so back to you're moving toward a gift. I think what a lot of us experience now is waves of intensity. And the intensity can seem to be so heightened that we lose sight of the purpose of what we're going through, and that what we're going through, seeming to be moving through in our minds, actually yields the greatest gift, and a gift for everyone. We can encounter great doubt. We can encounter great suspicion and paranoia. We can encounter intensity in some form. And this is just a reminder that overall, we're moving toward actually the gift that you are. If you have any strife or any tension or any stress, you're not fully appreciating the gift you are and the gift everyone else is. And to wake up into a day when you can just see this everywhere you look and see the gift within everyone and everything without judging its exterior as positive or negative or beneficial to your character or your character's trajectory, or not beneficial to your character or your character's trajectory. You just immediately see the light at the core of it. You immediately see that it's a gift. Everyone's a gift. Everyone's a miracle. You see that bleeding through the surface of the person or the thing, and whatever the ego would try to use the surface of the person or the thing for, you're just mainly here with the light within that person or thing, or the core of that light that person or that thing actually is. So we're moving toward a gift. We're moving toward the ability to stop valuing the positive and negative aspects of surfaces, and to really be willing to take on board and to see the light is here. The light's here in everyone and everything. Okay, as you move toward the gift, you encounter every thought that would have you move away from the gift. So our not good feelings are our helpers, because they point to the thoughts we can set aside. And instead of just remaining stuck in a feeling, we can find just one thought associated with the feeling. I know I'll say this a million times. And just recognize what we're believing. Like in my grocery store experience, I'll see somebody in the middle of the aisle and the thought will come, well, this person's going to be a problem, or this person's going to be an impediment. That's from the ego. And I can pave out an experience with that thought if I want to, but that's optional. And instead I could set the thought aside and focus on what's true. Well, conflicting wishes cannot be my will is the lesson from A Course in Miracles that I'm focusing on today. So, thinking there's value in having the aisle clear at all times, and lack of value in having the aisle blocked, I could see beyond that and understand that thy will, or the one will for everyone's perfect happiness, is the true will of everyone and even everything. It's alive within it, and I can always stop to recognize it. But we're used to having trajectories, planned out trajectories that we want to follow, and then we'll look at anything standing in the way of that trajectory as an impediment, instead of look at the light within this. And I have no way of judging whether or not I should be stopped in my progress, my perceived progress down this aisle. I don't know anything about anything, but I do know everything works together for good. So it's a completely different way of looking at everything. And when we encounter a stress feeling, it just means this different way of looking at everything that actually makes you very happy is and it helps everyone else around you relax into the happiness they are. This different way of looking at everything is being blocked because you believe a thought from ego that would have you going in the other direction completely. So it's always an opportunity, and there's just that little bit of work we have to do. It's just a refocusing, and it will get easier and easier because we're practicing it. When you feel hollowed out, it's because you are allowing what you don't need to be cleared away. So you're encountering every thought that would have you move away from the gift. And sometimes you feel empty and it feels like there's a nothingness. You're allowing what you don't need to be cleared away. And this spaciousness is the place where love can bloom and make itself obvious. And it's okay to pause in this place and to just be loved, to remember that your true nature and the nature of everyone is love, and there's nothing absent here. The ego could say many reasons for the character to be upset because there seems to be a lack of things in this space. But the spirit knows the fullness of itself everywhere and everyone and everything. So that fullness it's ever present everywhere, and nothing is missing it. You just have to look past its surface. You just have to look past any positive or negative evaluation the ego would give it. Excuse me. And there's this richness that's there. So it's like you can say to everyone and everything, you don't need to change a single thing about yourself. I'm here to see the beauty, the wealth, the abundance that's alive in you. It's not about the physical senses. It's about the truth of you. I'm here to see that. I'm here to rest in that. And that's going to take care of everything. So we learn to rely on what's real. We learn to rely on something that seems new, but it's actually the oldest thing. It's actually what's always been here, but it seems new to us. It's like a new reliance. Okay, so let's see. When you feel hollowed out, it's because you're allowing what you don't need to be cleared away. And if you see this empty stage, then our shared will of love populates this stage and tells the story, tells a very loving story. So if you're ever feeling empty or lost, kind of, that empty feeling, see it as a clear stage and see the beauty now that this stage can be populated with spirit using everyone and everything to tell everyone a very loving story about everyone and everything. And just, rest in this expanding willingness to allow that to be done. That's part of the reason I record these and sometimes write out the messages, is so I can stay in and rest in that resonance for a while and give myself a set point for the next part of the day. So we rest in that willingness, we carry that willingness with us. We rest in the remembrance that there's the same beautiful thing in everyone and everything, regardless of any surfaces and any ego judgments about surfaces, and we carry that through our day. Okay, when you feel cluttered, it's because you are allowing the resonance of what you're attached to make itself known. So it's important that we be aware of our alarm bells. So if we have a feeling of too much and it's overwhelming and I can't make sense of anything, well, you're right. The separate you can't make sense of any of the nonsensical things that we've imagined being guided by ego thoughts. It's like we built this little machine to send us nonsense thoughts, but at the same time and then we construct a whole world out of it. At the same time, to believe that each one of these nonsense thoughts is deeply meaningful, it's craziness. It's definitely craziness. When you have this feeling of too much or cluttered or overwhelmed, it's a very useful alarm. And it's just telling you right now, you can let the light shine in. You can find the thought you're believing. And that's probably the most important discipline right now. Find just one thought you're believing. Even though you believe thousands, find just one. And just take a moment to recognize that. And then just set it to one side, because you want something else to dominate. And that thought will just fade away. You don't have to destroy it. You don't have to make it disappear. You just move your focus off it. That's it. And then it fades away and disappears. And if you need a replacement, then just remember something that's actually true about all of us, that we share one will for perfect happiness for all of us. No matter how the characters appear, that being shares the will for perfect happiness for all beings forever, with you right now. And that's the truth. We have this costume drama going on. Even so, the person playing the role shares the will for perfect divine order, for perfect happiness, for complete restoration of the awareness of everyone's being and the being of everything. And that's what's real. So we can always turn around and remember what's real and rest in it and put it in charge to the fullest extent we feel that's possible in that moment. Okay, when you feel cluttered, just checking to see if there's anything else. It's because you're allowing the resonance of what you're attached to make itself known. So, in terms of feeling, you can feel ego's highs and lows. And then if you think of in the background of that, always alive, always present, it's been waiting for you here forever, is the joy you are. Think of it as very quiet, gentle joy. The peace you are. Very open, relaxed peace. It's always here for you. And if it's always here for you, it's always here for everyone. So that means no matter what seems to be happening, the most powerful thing in any situation is the joy and the peace that belong equally to everyone, the joy and the peace that you share no matter what, the joy and the peace that are whole. They can't be separated, and yet you all share it, which means you can't be separated, and you never have been separated from each other. If you've never been separated from each other, that means no one has anything to be guilty about, because no one's done anything wrong. And this just affects everything we perceive and remember, and we can kind of open up and say, yes, I'll allow the effect of this shared joy and shared peace to come to everything I perceive and remember. I'll let it come in. Okay, during the whole process, the gift is shining here. So the gift is within everyone, it's within everything. The ego is just doing its job when it sends you positive and negative judgment thoughts to make things different from superior and inferior next to each other. It's just distracting you from the gift that is present and shining in everyone and everything, in every situation. It's just here, and all it takes is stopping to remember the gift is here. And it's not a gift that's going to satisfy some ego want. It's the gift that is your complete fulfillment. You are completely fulfilled by what this gift is. And there may be ego wants and needs on the surface, And of course, a bunch of those are going to get fulfilled, and that's fine. And that's just the storyline. The important thing is to just give that storyline of apparent ego wants and needs to spirit, and to say, I know you can use this story to heal me and to heal everyone. That's what I want you to do with the story. So instead of the story becoming a means for satisfying the wants and needs of a separate character you call you, the story becomes a means of healing coming to everyone and everything. And you know, of course, that's going to make you a lot happier than just pretending you're a separate character and struggling to get those wants and needs satisfied. You're going to realize and recognize that this story can be used by spirit to heal everyone and everything. And that brings you joy, to see everyone and everything as they are, as a reflection of what they are. That brings you joy. That helps you sink into the safety that is here for you. That brings you peace. So our focus is shifting, and we use what effort we have on our end to keep our focus on what's real, and to let our who's really been an insane focus we've had on what's unreal to let that go. And we're very safe in letting that go. So thank you again to Jason. Remember, everyone, just how much love is here for you and everyone at all times. And rest in that when you can, and I will too. So happy healing to you.